Inspired to put his skills as a photographer to use to make a difference in the world, our next speaker and his team created Compassionate Eye Foundation. CEF is founded on the simple idea that the creative community possess a unique way to give back to the world and the will to do it. He approached Getty Images with the dream of a foundation based on a clear mission and a unique royalty-based funding model where the sale of imagery would fund the foundation's mission of supporting health, education, and sustainable economic development projects. CEF has over 4,000 images on Getty and has raised over $1.25 million. The organization has supported over 73 projects in 8 different countries with impact felt across the globe, from youth scholarships in Guatemala to new classrooms in Ethiopia, and from a floating clinic in Cambodia to clean water projects in Sierra Leone. Please welcome Robert Kent.
Aloha. I've never done this before. I love to dream big, and I just flew in this morning from the big island of Hawaii where I now live, and I've been a stock and advertising photographer for 30 years. I found my first camera in a telephone booth, and this little shack, once a school for 20 children, was the building that truly inspired me to shift from a full-time photographer to starting a foundation. Stock photography is the second largest form of e-commerce on the internet. Like musicians who make their money when a song is played on the radio, stock photographers do the same. Of course, we're with Getty Images, the largest agency in the world, with $1 billion in annual sales and 150,000 photographers worldwide. About 10 years ago, when I was traveling through Asia, Africa, and Central America, I came home and wanted to make a difference. I was called to start a royalty-based foundation, and we started and birthed Compassionate Eye in 2005. Once the force took over, we truly were possessed, and our first school in Guatemala cost us $10,000, and we rallied 12 photographers that first year to shoot on the summer solstice. And so the royalty-based foundation was formed. It was an exciting moment. I think CEF is the best idea I've ever had. Selling one image on the internet and the proceeds going to educate a child in a developing nation truly excites me. It moves me daily to think about 30 kids in a classroom learning to read, all funded by Compassionate Eye. I'm very deeply touched by our model and what we accomplish. Today, CEF, this is my sister Luella, a retired school teacher and early founding member of CEF, and we're opening our first school in Guatemala. And this is me on television for the first time. I jumped off of the interview before it was over. I just was really, I'm new to this. Today, CEF is in 8 countries. We have 70 projects worldwide, 5,000 images online, close to $1.3 million. Our floating clinic alone provides services to over 13,000 people. It really is truly an inspiring thing. I recently polled a bunch of people and asked them, what inspires you about Compassionate Eye? And over again, it was this dynamic and well thought out funding model and the ridiculously creative people that we attract. And that just means so much to me to attract doctors and lawyers and green developers and teachers. And this is a quote from Peggy Willett, and she says, CEF is a brilliant, sustainable model to funding a nonprofit with proceeds from licensing creatives' original works of art to business users, thus freeing the nonprofit staff, board, and volunteers to focus on their mission rather than having to be fundraisers and grant writers. So as a result, we've attracted these amazing people. This is our members of our board of directors in Africa, opening up one of our schools, and they can just stay focused on the mission and do their magic rather than, again, writing grants. Super sweet. These are our photographers. We have shoots in London and Toronto and Los Angeles and Seattle. high production values, just a really dedicated group of people. I feel we're a working foundation and not a check writing foundation, so people get to do what they love and make a positive change in the world. So that's pretty sweet. These are our partners on the ground. It's pretty amazing to work with such professionals where we don't have to reinvent the wheel, and they manage our projects, and that's really, again, freed us up to do other things. So we think this is a really smart part of our business model. Emotional ranges of starting a foundation. Fear. I can't tell you the sleepless nights I had when I first started this, asking people to donate their money, and the chance of things going sideways in a developing nation and being derailed was really nerve-wracking. It was a big responsibility to take on. The excitement of teaching girls to read, and the excitement of reaching $1 million and realizing that we have a sustainable model. We hear so much about sustainability, but what does that really mean? And that with our business model, we really have developed a corporate social responsibility program that's really a wash. You know, we get 50%, they get 50%, and we're really allowed to, keep it alive and not cost anyone too much money. We're working closely with Jonathan Klein, the founder of Getty Images, and he's really excited about expanding us into some new collections like sports and news and archives and editorial, so please stay tuned. We have a bigger dream. We dream of a day where more entertainment royalties go to do good. You know, what would it look like if we had movies and books and apps and other media products where artists were giving their royalties? We're inviting, Universal Studios and Sony and Capitol Records to join us in this model. We just think it's a super bright idea, and welcome other royalty-based people to consider modeling us or even joining us. So of course, all of this has really brought me to why am I a photographer? And for me, a photograph is a universal vessel that communicates across all religions and languages. And it's really given me a deep purpose to do what I love to do. And I'm just really touched. This shot means so much to me. I feel it's children earning royalties to educate children. These are kids in London. This shot sells really well and obviously empowers children on both sides of the foundation, which I'm really stoked about. So it's the next generation is being empowered, means so much to me. And then finally, our mission is coming up. Long 20 seconds. Is it stuck? It's stuck, right? Oh, there. Our mission is to support, honor, and empower those in developing nations in order to expand educational opportunities, basic health, and tools for sustainable economic development. Spread the word and join the community. Thank you so much.